Well, here's some good news. My car won't start. I don't know why, but it won't start. So he's got to be something. I don't get it. Isn't that lovely? Well, maybe I'll try to do my little recap quickly if I can. I don't know. So anyway, I got my nice Boston sweatshirt on today. I love this thing. It is super fuzzy, and I don't know why they picked such a light color though, because I have 3 kids. There's no way this thing is going to stay looking this nice for long. Like, that's just not going to happen. But anyway, it's nice while it lasts, I guess. So my morning on the way to Hopkinton, I don't know if you saw my video about that, but well, eventful yet uneventful at the same time, because the rain was insane. We saw 3 accidents. It was just crazy, but I got there at the perfect time. Like, it was very good. For as crappy as the weather was, it was good. I got to the parking lot, went to the bathroom a couple of times, went to get on the bus. I had my Olaf blanket, and they told me I couldn't bring my Olaf blanket, so I had to ditch it, which was kind of a bummer, but I didn't really need it because it was warm enough that I just didn't need it. So on the way, I realized I forgot my gloves and I forgot my arm warmers, but it actually all worked out, and I think I was better off without them anyway, because it would have just been something else for me to worry about, and I didn't need them. So why worry about them if I didn't need them, right? So I got on the bus at the lot in Hopkinton, and it was a 15-minute bus ride to the Athletes Village, and it was a very nice school bus, probably one of the nicest school buses I've been on. Not that I ride on many school buses, but I was like, wow, this is a pretty nice school bus. So that was good. It was a comfortable ride. I was warm. It wasn't packed. I didn't have to sit next to anybody. And when I got to Athletes Village, it was still kind of rainy and nasty and drizzly and stuff, and a random guy started talking to me, and it was his first Boston. We were talking about the conditions compared to last year, and I had a little bit of a moment when I saw the standing water all on the ground in the field, and I was like, but I held it together. They put down some like something that we could step on, like plastic something that you could step on. So we were all just walking across the puddles in that. I had grabbed a banana because I also realized I forgot my snack. So I had a banana. I went to the bathroom. I went all the way down to tent 1 to try to find a spot to sit. And while I was there, I was like, I think I'm gonna have another snack. So I had a bagel. I had a cup of coffee, which was so much different than last year, because last year I just sat there like shivering, trying to like keep myself warm so I didn't freeze to death. And this year I was just kind of like chit chat with everybody, having some snacks. Like, it was great. It was great. So they called up wave 1, and I sat there for a little bit longer, and then I was like, I think I'm gonna go get in line at the bathroom, because if I'm gonna be waiting, I may as well wait in line at the bathroom and whatever. So I went to the bathroom. By the time I got done, it was time for our wave to go up. So I went up towards the corrals. I ditched my sweatpants. I changed my shoes and my socks, and I kept going towards my corral. I hit the bathroom one more time, and which was a really long line. I don't know, like last year I don't remember it being so long, but and there's a ton of porta potties, and everyone had like a super duper long line. So after that, I headed to my corral. I walked right past 6 where I was supposed to be. They turned me around and sent me back to 6, and then we were underway very, very, very shortly. So the first few miles, my plan was, overall, I wanted to run like a 7:30-ish pace. And I started off, I was like, maybe I'll run a little bit quicker. I sent my plan on the way up to one of my friends, and he was like, if you want to run 7:30s, stick to 7:30. Don't try to go faster, stick to 7:30. So that's basically what I did. I might have been a little bit faster the first couple of miles, but then I decided that I was getting hot. Like the weather had changed. It started to get a little more humid. And very, very early on, maybe by mile 3 or 4, I decided that I needed to start dumping water on my head. And that's what I would do. So I would get to the water stops. I would grab a Gatorade, drink that down, head to the next tables and grab some water, take a sip, and then the rest went right over my head. So it was pretty cool because every time I did it kind of made me like, woo, like that because it was so cold. So it gave me like a little pep in my step for a minute and kept me cool. So I just kept on keeping on. And one of my friends was supposed to be there. He told me he was going to be at mile 10. So at like mile 5, 6, 7, I'm like, oh, all right, cool. I'm going to see Eric soon. And by the time I got to mile 10, I kind of forgot. And I like, it was a little after mile 10, I started looking for him, but I don't even know if he was there. I haven't asked him. I should have asked him, but I don't even know if he was there. Probably not. But anyway, so after that, it was just good though, because it gave me something to look forward to. And then the next thing I was looking forward to were the Wellesley girls at Wellesley College, and they were incredible. You could hear them like screaming from a mile away. So last year they were out, not in full force like they were this year. They didn't have any signs last year. This year they had a ton of signs. So this year they were definitely fantastic. So it was great to see them. I did not get any kisses. I kind of stayed in the middle, so I wasn't even on the edge, but yeah, they were really cool. And there were certainly people that were getting kisses, but not me. So from there, I started to, I honestly don't even really remember exactly like mile for mile. Like I wish I did, but I just don't remember that. And then after that, I kind of just remember thinking about the hills and how the hills are coming. I just got to get to mile 16. The hills are going to be there. And then after that, it's pretty much smooth sailing, you know? So I remember when we were running along, there was a lady that was next to me and she said to her friend, please tell me that was Heartbreak Hill. No, Boston is very deceiving because they say it's a downhill, like you start and you go downhill. You certainly do, but there are a bunch of uphills as well. Not huge uphills, but you're definitely going uphill. So that was funny. It made me chuckle. Then I saw a guy that was running in his full police uniform. So he had his long sleeves on, his long pants on, and it was hot and humid, you know, and after I saw him, like a couple days later, I was reading about his story and how he was running for some fallen police officers. So it was pretty cool to see him out there doing what he's doing, you know, to represent those people. So after that, let's see, what else? Anything else exciting happened? Just the crowds were unreal. There were a few times where it made me want to cry, like literally like tear up, choke up, like I can't cry because it's gonna mess up my pace, you know, but it was, they were so phenomenal, like absolutely incredible. So as we were running, I saw a lot of crazy stuff happen. I saw a woman who pooped her pants, and at first I was like, no, maybe it wasn't really poop, like who knows, maybe it was just like a design on the pants or something, but the pants were all black and there was like a poop brown color along her butt. Like maybe it was just a design on the pants, but why would you wear a pair of pants that made you look like you pooped yourself? If, you know, like why would you choose to do that? So, hey, I'm not judging. Like that's, whatever happens during a marathon happens during a marathon, but that's the first time that I've actually seen somebody poop their pants. So then I saw there was a guy that was running like kind of next to me, behind me a little bit, and he tripped on one of the railroad tracks and he fell hard, like slid across a little bit, like, you know, that had to hurt. But he actually got back up, the crowds all cheered, and he carried on. I'm pretty sure that is, you know, probably messed up his race plan a little bit, but that's the thing, man. Marathons, you never know what's going to happen. You never know. And then after that, shortly after that, now this is getting closer to the end, I saw a lady down in the middle of the road with like all the medics and everything around her, which was kind of like heartbreaking to see because I'm hoping she was okay, but who freaking knows, you know? Like, who knows? So I didn't hear about anybody having any real serious issues, so hopefully they were able to help her and she was good. After that, I randomly heard somebody shout out my name, and I looked and I was like, I don't see anybody I know, but it was one of my friend's girlfriends actually, and I've never met her before, but I was like, oh, that's so cool, like I really appreciate that, you know. And then let's see what else. Oh, like all along the way, like people are walking, which I get, it happens, but there were people at like mile 26 walking. Like, you are so close to being done. Like, why are you walking? Get moving. You'll get there faster if you're running, you know? And there were more people that needed help, like they're being like assisted to the finish and whatever, but it was insane. Oh, and another thing too, like I ran with the Vaporflies on, which I think they were pretty good, but my left foot started getting a cramp probably at about mile 20, 21-ish. It would cramp, and then I would get it to like go away. Then a couple minutes later, it would start cramping again, and then it would go away. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not letting this ruin my race. So I just kind of dealt with it. It was very, very frustrating, but I just kind of was like, I can't let this happen. And then at about mile 23, my left shoe came untied. So I was like, you know what? There is no way I'm stopping. Like, I had my eye on the time, and I knew I was getting close to the 3:20 mark. If I stopped, forget it. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna run aware. I know that my shoe is untied. I'm gonna be careful about it, but I'm just going. And I kept thinking, thank God I went with the 8.5 Vaporflies and not the 9, because if I went with the 9s, they probably would have came flying off my foot. So yay for the 8.5s that fit a little bit tighter, because otherwise I would have been in real trouble. So then as soon as I finished and I stopped moving, like my right calf muscle was so crampy. My foot was so crampy. I probably had about like 10 people tell me that my shoe was untied, and I was like, I know, but at this point, like, I'm just walking to find, to get my medal and my heat shield and all that. And I'm like, I know that my shoe was untied. I can't bend over to tie it because I will probably never get back up. So I just kept going. Oh, and then there's this guy that finished, and he was like almost immediately after he crossed the finish line, he was like, where are the medals? Where are my medal? Where's my, like, he was so like obnoxious. I felt like, dude, chill out. You're going to get your medal, you know? And then I saw him again a couple minutes later, and he was freaking out about bag check. Where's bag check? I just want to find bag check. Where's bag check? I'm like, dude, just chill out for a minute. Like, you just finished the Boston Marathon. Chill out. So I'm assuming he found everything and he was good to go, but my goodness. But yeah, so it was a pretty amazing day. I really enjoyed it compared to last year for sure. And the fact that I ran a 3:19:39 still blows my mind. But I also feel like I probably could have gone a little bit faster. I totally stuck to my plan as I intended, and all of, like, I did that all so well. I took my blocks when I planned on it, my pace. Like, my watch said that my pace was 7:32 because it had 26.4 something miles. So it said my pace was 7:32, which I will go with that because my watch is what I train with, and I know it's not going to be exact, but I went with that unofficially. So I know I can run a 7:32 marathon, but my official pace was 7:37 for my 3:19:39, which I'm pretty sure I can go a little bit faster than that. So at this point now, I am excited and I am looking forward to training for New York. I say that now, but I know once I get into the middle of training, I'm going to be really like probably on the verge of tears again, but I will let you guys know because I'm going to keep doing this all the way through New York too. So anyhow, I'm going to get to work now that my car, the battery for some reason was dead. And I'm going to go to work, and if I think of anything else about my race recap, I will let you guys know. What did I eat? Oh, on the way home we stopped and I got Boston Market. So, and actually that's another thing too. Like after this marathon, I felt physically like so much better than any of my past marathons. Like I could actually eat. I wanted to eat. With my last marathons, all except for the Providence one that I ran with my friend Michaela, I couldn't eat for hours. I was like, nope, I don't want. I even threw up after one marathon before, and I'm like, this time I was like, yeah, I'm actually kind of hungry. So I got some food. I ate. It was pretty good. So I've been recovering. My hip is still kind of feeling a little bit funky, but other than that, I mean, it was really a fantastic experience, and I'm so glad that I got to go back because I know a few people that ran it last year and they didn't requalify, and I'm like, you can't let Boston go out like 2018. Like you need to get back there and you need to give it another try because 2018 is not what Boston is like. 2019, it was phenomenal. So get back there, guys. You can do it. All right, I really have to go to work now, and I will talk to you guys later.